he's trying to get you on his side because one-on-one he's gonna lose.
Oh.
So
just because you can do more pull-ups than me, it doesn't mean you know more about Dota. Fucking Luna 4 position.
How many
spammer.
games did you win against me, and how many did I win?
I don't want to talk.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's not talk about it.
Let me
That's
just
not
state
fair.
that European MMR ups and downs are far more reliant on your teammates. Every person is just 20% of their squad. So even if you outperform one opponent, it doesn't mean you're going to take the victory. Now, focusing on the draft here, task at hand. NaVi first picking the Void Spirit. Pretty much open pick. I know that it's typically a 2, but I've seen it run as a 1, a 3. It really depends on who wants to be playing it. I'm not sure who on NaVi specializes. And then the Mars that we saw all day yesterday. I don't know if you were tuning in, but this hero was picked effectively every game it was available in the first 2.
And was that more of a surprise to you, or was it just like that's the way it's going?
It's just got stuns, it's durable, buys auras, good laner, has wave clear. I think we were discussing it as well off camera. Like if you have wave clear and you have the ability to team fight in the mid game, like you're going to be a good pick regardless.
Yeah, and I mean his ulti is just way too powerful against some of the heroes right now. It lasts way too long. I think I was talking with T-Governor that the hero would be okay and not first pick material if they reduced his ulti duration by 1.
It doesn't scale, right? The ulti duration is the same?
5, 6, 7.
Okay, you think I think it should be like 4, 6, 8.
4, 5, 6. It should be 4, 5, 6. And then it would be a bit worse, but still good.
I get it. Yeah, because I think it gives you 4 attacks, level 1 ultimate, if it was just 3. Or like, 4 wall presses to start there. So, yeah.
Plus, you see a lot of the times that they use the ulti, and then they're just trying to hit the spear, and they don't hit it for 2-3 seconds, still hit it, and the walls still do a lot of damage. So that should be taken down a notch a bit. The hero himself has a lot of lockdown and a lot of damage. So some of it should be taken out, and definitely one of the strongest heroes right now. Speaking of strong heroes, Pugna got a lot of nerfs, but still very, very annoying. I think that the one to the ward is the most important nerf to it. From 30 seconds to 18 seconds, it really makes a difference now in the laning stage when you're playing a position 4 Pugna.
Yeah.
You didn't know that got changed?
Of course I did.
Okay.
I was just glad that you were filling in some of the viewers who might not be as aware of the patch changes, that's all.
Okay.
It's also helping me at this point as well, so I'll just
Banks
feed off and take all the knowledge, you know.
I heard Banks prepping for this was talking about PUBG maps. He is woefully
okay, that's unfair. I like how you try and do that. Just because I met my friend here, right, and he does PUBG as well. We just have a little conversation about it.
Of course.
I'm prepped and ready at all stages of this. I was even asking you guys beforehand, so you can try, Carl, but don't worry, I can take you down. So be careful on this.
All right.
Be very careful.
All right, I got a trivia question.
Go for it.
How many TI finals has Funnick participated in?
I would have no idea, mate. 1?
Technically, that is the correct answer because he has participated in at least 1. So 1 plus.
I'll take that as a half a point then. There you go.
We'll give it to you.
Okay, you can keep testing my trivia across these days. I'll be up for this challenge. I don't mind that. I can go for it.
There's a lot of Dota lore and facts that, not lore I suppose, but it's kind of wild if you look at the history because Dota is not a game that's really dependent on your Twitch reflexes. It's a lot more about your just game understanding and really just your raw knowledge, right?
You're saying a lot about timings and stuff like that as well.
So we have a lot of players that have just been in the scene for like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And at least 5, we talk about Sumail a lot at the time. I still think of him as like this young new guy, right? He's been a part of the scene for like 5 years. Man's like 22 or something now. Everybody's getting old. We're gonna have pros in their 30s. We already do.
The thing is though, 22 is still young. Like I'd say even if you're under 30, you're still in that young age regardless.
How old are you, Kyle?
Huh?
How old are you?
27.
Cool.
How old are you?
25. Will be 26 this year.
I'm just going to sit at the old boys table on my own every single time this comes around.
You're 29, Bang.
Oh, yes. That birdie's coming on quick.
Next year
okay, let's get back to Dota, guys. I see a Witch Doctor. To me, that's the strongest position 5 right now.
Are you
what? And I think we're going to be seeing it so much because all of the lineups that we see are run-at-you lineups, or we see some fat heroes like a Mars, and he deals with both of those really well. I've been playing him a lot, and he's insanely good. Yesterday we saw him in a game, now we see him, and I think we'll be seeing him more and more in
I think Witch Doctor is one of the worst heroes in the patch.
God, here we go.
Completely honestly, I cannot believe that he just said that. Your stun is unreliable, and effectively, it's a single coconut bounce if the other team's paying attention. Maledict has very low cast range and is limited in effectiveness. These run-at-you lineups that get on top of Witch Doctor, he just dies. You compare that to the damage output and utility of, say, a Grimstroke on the 5 position. It's just... Grimstroke uses all its buttons and gets the same... I don't want to get into it. We'll see what happens.
Sure. Okay, yeah, we can see what happens as well, because at this point I want Twitch chat to get involved and start taking some of these quotes from you two, and at the end of it all, seeing how this works out. Seeing if we do see a lot of Witch Doctor, maybe. Carl shaking his head saying it's not going to happen. To be fair, in the qualifiers we saw a lot of Grimstroke, so we did see that come in. I remember that.
Look at like Grimstroke Riki, just natural compliments. Strong lane, later on in the game you get the defusal, you pop the shield, and the Riki bounces forward, you're going to find kills. What's Witch Doctor's natural synergy? What do you pick with the Witch Doctor that makes it feel good?
It doesn't matter if only you have something in front of it, because the Witch Doctor is a counter to the enemies, not really a complement to his team. He is good against all of those Lycans, Beastmasters, and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
if you get, I suppose, but
what's Lycan's damage is his army, right?
Yeah, sure.
5 second stun on the creeps, each of them.
Only if it bounces to each of them.
Okay, but it most likely will. You have a 15 level talent.
I just don't think you're really susceptible to getting like brooded, PL'd, all these heroes just like destroy you. Okay. And in addition, like Furion, you get owned in the lane. Sure, you can stun the Treants, but you have no wave clear. This is my problem, is that any hero without wave clear feels like it needs to have a specific purpose for it to always have a use. Because if you fall behind, you end up just kind of being a walking ward and praying for your XP, pretty much mooching off your carries. What do you know, NaVi, patch changes, time passes, they still pick Magical TA to go mid. No surprise there, but again, this is probably what makes their lineup look the most comfortable, is when he's on the 1 position from mid, specifically TA or Dusa.
You were paneling one game where TA skipped the blink. Is this one of the games that you might
definitely
do it as well?
Because you want a later Hurricane Pike.
Yeah,
I think you go Deso into Pike here.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe a BKB earlier. I like the DK. NaVi now have a really nice, they have both supports have some function to heal, and really just force BKBs thanks to the Pugna specifically. And then you have DKTA, Void Spear, tons of damage output, and very formidable lineup. I love when you have a mid playmaker, then you have one core that survives thanks to its durability, and another because it's elusive. It makes it very difficult to really... Like, how does this Riki actually find kills on anybody?
Nah, I don't know. I was actually gonna say things about Riki. When they changed the gold, 10% off of everything, it means that your defusal is coming out later.
10% later?
Yeah, let's say, let's put it like that. So either you skip one raid band, which you don't want to do, or you get the defusal at like 16, 17 minutes in, which is, to me, too late. We were always talking about how Riki is good because you get an early defusal. If you get it early, the hero feels good. If you don't, the 4 staffs come out and the hero doesn't feel that good. So to me, Riki is not the powerhouse he was. Like
to me, Riki is item dependent, not level dependent. So you need a defusal before you can really play the game. Whereas TA, just get like level 8. You're farming at pretty much max speed because you have Psy Blades, you've got max refraction, whereas Riki is going to be hitting creeps 1 by 1. You need kills to function. You don't hit towers, which is another concern I have, and you're not a great Roche taker either. So I don't really know what your last pick here is HellRaisers to equalize, because right now you have major issues with wave clear, damage output, objective taking. I really don't know what your move is.
Is Brood banned? Okay, Brood doesn't work too well against TA though.
No.
In the lane.
Is there a method to the madness that you're seeing here, though?
Razor.
Okay.
It's primarily just about lane domination now for HellRaisers, and then choking the map out. My concern is that without a way of taking towers efficiently, I'm not sure how you get that done.
And you were speaking about this before, right, when we were looking at it, that you need one of those heroes that's going to be able to push further forward, gain that map control, and I guess that might be a little bit limiting for them here. So if we're looking at the draft, we're saying NaVi got the advantage going into this one.
I'd say NaVi has the advantage. HellRaisers need to take the opponent's safe lane tower fast and invade the woods. Don't let the TA farm the Ancients. That has to be done. If they can't do it, they are not set for success here. And even if Razor will win the mid lane against TA or DK or whatever, if he does get good items, then I fall back on that Witch Doctor that I said. This hero just rips through anyone who is like has high HP. And
I will say I've always loved Witch Doctor against Razor. That's probably like the core you like playing against most, just because he will run at you. The Maledict's very effective. Razor hates to be a target as he's moving forward. And in addition, I just look at this HellRaisers lineup. Who's gonna farm? You know, every minute that passes without them finding kills is going to be advantage Navi. And I think that they also have the late game on Navi too. So to me, it's just, you know, don't get so owned the lanes and then don't get run over by this Mars, Riki, Roam potential, and you're going to be just fine.
Well, let's bring Toby and Lacoste into the mix of this conversation as well, because they can join us for a chat. How are you guys getting on?
So we're getting on a lot better than your analysts.
Yes, they don't seem to be the greatest of friends right now, but
I love Kyle.
This is early moments for these two.
I love Kyle. I don't know what you're talking about. I really love Kyle.
Yeah, I love Toby as well. I miss him. I'm so sad that Lacoste has to cast with him.
I love myself. Does that count?
Lacoste, I love you. Don't worry. Well, you'll have someone love you. We'll throw me in. Why not?
So much love.
Yeah, it's all about spreading love, right? We're doing this social distancing. We're trying to avoid each other as much as possible. We've had to stick these two together for some times. First it was Lizard, now it's Harry. There's just no winning here, is there?
No.
Yeah, but let's just love each other from a distance. A very long distance.
long distance games, long distance social distancing. That's the way we're doing it. Now, when it comes to this game, though, what Carl and Harry were saying there, they kind of think that Navi's had a better draft in here. Where are you guys favoriting this, though? Which side are you rooting for?
I gotta say, Navi has a better drive. This Dragonite 10th pick is just way too strong overall. The hero feels good, can be played at multiple roles, 1, 2, 3, and he doesn't have that many bad matchups. HellRaisers, they're relying on fighting all the time, getting the kills. Otherwise, if they don't, this lineup is not gonna scale. You're relying so much on Riki to do stuff. He needs to get a good timing on a Diffusal Blade.
So Lacoste was listening to me.
Yeah.
Should you know, he's got all the notes.
Carl and Lacoste, that's what you need
Not really.
right now.
If you were listening to our conversation, I said that I had guys, so I can think about the stuff, you know, so you don't get into my head. Toby, back me up.
Hey, I'll back you up. We don't have to worry about banter here. We just stick to the facts.
Well, the facts are that the game is live and you guys get a game to commentate. Take it away, boys.
Thanks, Banks. Yep, in we go. And HellRaisers versus Navi, game 1 of this best of 3. And we'll kick it off with everyone stealing each other's outposts, as the best Dota does begin. And we could test the bounty runes. But yeah, let's get back to what you're talking about, man. Like, because you were talking about like DK being your number 1, and he was the last pick up from Navi. How do you actually feel like all these heroes work together? When you get Void Spirit, you get the DK together, 2 of your favorite heroes right now.
Yeah, Void Spirit can be also played at multiple roles. It's gonna be your off lane in this game. He does so much. He's very hard to catch. Like, once you get to that Yule Scepter, you can set things up, have guaranteed stun with the Remnant, very elusive, hard to catch. So they're going to be relying on Riki to do stuff. And then you have a save. Even though Pugna Position 4 got nerfed in the previous patch, it's still a good hero. Like, you do so much. You need to be a bit closer, but you're going to be maxing out that Decrypify anyway once the Nether Blast is maxed out. The problem is, like, Riki was a very bad laner before. Right now, he has a ton of regen, 5.2. Look at his armor 9 when he's standing close to the tower.
Mm-hmm. Does that actually mean like Nyx just has to bully out this lane? Do they focus down on Slayer? Do they try and push Pasture out of the lane? Is that possible with this lineup from HellRaisers?
Yes, it is. It's a very popular combo. I've seen it a lot in Southeast Asia. You put Inkswell on Riki, he goes in. Mm-hmm. Especially once you have like Tricks of the Trade. Also, Riki, one of the hardest heroes to kill early on. You have 2 charges on Blink Strike to reposition yourself. Tricks of the Trade. Like, yes, there is the Decrypify, but this lane is very strong from HellRaisers.
Man, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. We got to keep our eyes on the other lanes as well. So like Razor versus Templar Assassin. Razor, the pickup from HellRaisers that. The panel wasn't. Well, I say the panel, like those guys were saying, like they had the dudes. The dudes were a little uncertain about, especially going up against like Witch Doctors. But how do you like the lane matchup versus the TA?
Razor definitely has an upper hand once he hits like level 3s, put more points in static link, lower the cooldown. I'm surprised that he didn't go for like a Windlace build just so he can chase chase him down, steal more damage from him. And it's gonna be pain in the ass. That's gonna be his primarily target in the mid game.
I learned to be a pain in the ass. Easy enough. And then our last lane we've got to look at is Funnick up on the top lane, playing up against his old Armada. And having to work with the Shadow Demon. Feels nice with some combinations, at least with like disruption into Spear, but can they do it's a Dragon Knight with a Witch Doctor behind him. It feels kind of rough for anyone to actually get any kills in a lane without just straight outplaying. Or maybe the bottom lane has the most kill potential from HR.
I don't think you're killing Dragon Knight. He is one of the strongest laners, unless he's playing like something against Ursa, Monkey, Timbersaw. He's always going to get the farm on the map. I've seen a lot of different combinations with Dragon Knight safe lane. One of my favorite ones is when he's paired up with Ancient Apparition. They hit level 3, you have 5 seconds of guaranteed stun.
And they have enough damage to probably kill off the weak heroes with that.
Now you can kill whoever during 5 seconds stun.
Oh. So for a moment, Slayer was going to at least feed our first blood, which was a courier. There's your pullback, Pasha, grabbing Pushka. But, okay, they don't really grab anything here. Still want to keep my eyes on this bottom lane. It's probably the most intimidating lane.
This is the lane where first blood's probably going to happen. I don't think we're going to see.
Oh, he's going again? On towards Pushka. Pushka, is it going to be enough damage? No, it won't. Hiding inside the trees. Even actually lends his help, but no, Slayer finishes the job, putting down the Nether Ward. I think he actually burned himself trying to throw out the Stroke of Fate.
Nyx, I'm pretty sure he could have gotten the kill on Void. They got 2 points. In Inkswell, he got stunned, but didn't use any of the Blink Strike charges nor Tricks of the Trade.
I think he was waiting for just the Stroke of Fate to connect, but that level 2, well, the level 1 Nether Ward at level 2, that's kind of caught him off guard.
Level 1 Nether Ward is as strong as level 2 Nether Ward was before.
They're going again. If at first you don't succeed, try them again. Pasha Spirit can't do enough connections, but they're trying to stay in front. Just a quick little body block up. But also they really got Pasha. No more one charges available, so a quick little jump forward from Nyx. And he'll finish the job and kill the Void Spirit.
He's very low on HP, but they have Healing Self to work with, a couple of Mangoes on Grimstroke on top of that, and Ricky is already level 4. Once he hits that level 6, this lane, like, you can't play it. And they don't have the good heroes to deal with Ricky early on. Like, they need Dragon Knight to keep stunning the Ricky, otherwise he's just gonna be popping off, blinking in and out.
How do you actually get that? Do you just wait for the Ricky to come to you if you're the Dragon Knight? Do you itemize to survive? Or do you itemize with the Blink Dagger to initiate?
I see a lot of safe lane Dragon Knights going for more like survivability / damage build. So you go for like a Shadow Blade, and you can punish those heroes that are side pushing, and you have also instant initiation. So it should be one of those two. Like, it's just a Soul Ring, Power Treads, pretty standard.
Roger's in a little bit of trouble. The Breathe Fire from Chris Slice is able to connect, and that's a level 2 Maledict on Roger. He's able to get enough distance. Don't know if that last pop will be enough. No, it won't. He'll drop low, but not low enough. NaVi retreat back underneath their tier 1 tower and back to the farm, but careful of the Shadow Poison. It's also level 2, and it hits 5 stacks on the Witch Doctor, but it's not enough when he pops it to get the kill.
Both cores in this lane are not gonna die. Dragon Knight way too tanky, same goes for Mars, so if they try to focus the support, they might die.
They're looking for Pasture. He jumps off to the side, and with that perfect timing, just dodges the Inkswell. Now Pasha wants to try and turn this one around onto Pushka. Look at a lot of stick charges and the safety of the tier 1 towers. Now Pasha is the one who's a little low on mana, has to burn up the one charge, just pulling the Ricky away. With the Stroke of Fate able to connect, Pasha still low. You got another Blink Strike forward, and Pasha, you can't jump again because Nyx will just follow you with his own Blink Strike, but they'll let Pushka's last bit of damage do the work with another Inkswell diving underneath the tier 1 tower. Goodbye! A double kill for the support of Pushka, but all set up with this easy as pie combination.
This lane is so strong. You can see he's not even using Blink Strike just to finish him off. Instead, they are waiting so they secure another kill. Level 5.5, we also missed a kill on the top lane. Support dying. As I said, both of these cores are not gonna die. Razor has Power Treads. I see Yule Scepter queued up for him. Like, it's just a standard item build on him. Great against Dragon Knight. Canceling TP ability, they kind of lack those.
There's so many stacks for the mid. Like, Ray's got himself 2 triple stacks, and Templar Assassin's been mopping up her own inside the jungle. There's level 4 plasma field. And, of course, a Faded Brooch, because what else do you want for a Razor in the early game?
That's the perfect item you can get. Extra mana for more farming capabilities, or Royal Jelly. Like, if you find the jelly, you should use it for yourself straight away. Poor Man's Shield, look at the items that they're getting. Like, these are the best ones they could get. Poor Man's Shield, give that to Ricky, give him Royal Jelly for some extra mana and regen sustain in the lane, and he is about to hit level 6, just needs 1 CS.
And we've been talking about everything that's going really well for HellRaisers, but oh no, is it happening again? Pasha, a jump away. Nyx does not get the vision and blink over. Maybe a little bit too hard to see during the nighttime. But let's think about some positives here for NaVi. HellRaisers feel like they're off to a nice start and getting what they want, but what's working for NaVi?
Mid lane, how's mid lane doing? Like, she's only 10 CS behind the Razor. If you compare what the Void Spirit brings to a team fight and what Mars brings, yeah, Void Spirit is very elusive, a lot of damage, he can buy time for his team. But Mars brings auras for his team. They also need to hit the timing, securing the first Roche with Templar Assassin, getting the Deso. These heroes are very good at taking Roche and taking the towers. Once they group up, they could easily snowball, but Ricky is getting too much out of the bottom lane. They did not manage to kill him a single time. And if you see Ricky with more than 2 raid bans, you know shit's serious. Like, he wants to win.
He's gonna have that, he's gonna have his treads, and defusal timing's not far off, but like, the amount of pressure it feels like he'll be able to apply early on, not just because he's been synced up with the Grimstroke, but because he has this extra farm.
And people realize how to play Grimstroke, just maxing out Inkswell, not putting multiple points in Stroke of Fate. You're more relying on fighting with the team. Here comes the silence, so he can't use the simulate, and that's an easy pickup. So Ricky is level 7, no one can come back to this bottom lane, and they don't have a good hero that can gank him. Like, even if you pop a dust from far away, how do you initiate a team fight? Like, with a cask with Dragonite approaching you, you're always going to be able to use Tricks of the Trade or Blink Away.
Yeah, the only people you can try and go for instead is up on top the Shadow Demon, but now he's looking for his own revenge, getting the disruption over on the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor actually got an extra TP coming in too, so Grimstroke has also arrived on the north. Looks like they're going to try and make sure that outpost cannot be regathered before the 10-minute mark, and that's exactly where Witch Doctor is currently heading. Mars is there, Pugner is there. They've lost a small courier. Oh, hello. That was able to connect.
Phonic was surprised that he even got him stunned. Like, no way I'm stunning him there, and that's an easy kill.
And it will be.
Your essence seeps into
He probably thought too, like, he didn't have the mana. His Soaring was on cooldown for another 2 seconds, so he couldn't instantly go into the Arena of Blood. That's a nice little, oh, Pasha. Yeah, he'll be up and get both the bounty runes. Whew. Nyx is really trying to stay with him. That's another jump forward. But there's a little extra help. TA gonna pop the trap. Pasha on 40 HP, hiding in the trees. Double TP's coming in. They pull him back in. So Pugner and Ilias can both work together. Man, they hate this Ricky. And they got him too. Pasha gets to live and Ricky gets to die, but that's a pretty hefty commitment to ensure that Ricky is pushing up the daisies.
Yeah, he didn't have a vision to blink strike to anything. 21 charges, realized that that's
they're gonna fight again. The arena is up. They've caught up to Magical as well as Ilias, both locked in the corner. Magical can't get off the wall. Now the Static Link will also steal all of his damage. They'll banish out the Dragon Knight, and then this goes from one to the next to the next. A second quarter fall as Crystalline's underneath the T1 tower. Pasha wants to help him out, but now Pasha needs to get the hell out of here. A jump away, no stuns in range. All the damage from Rays are able to connect. But you want to bring 4, HellRaisers will meet you there and bring 4 as well and pushing the T1 tower under Catapult Wave.
And this was the first usage of Dragonite ulti. You want to put some pressure on the towers. He died, didn't pretty much achieve anything, which really cripples the hero. And now they are keeping the siege creep alive on a mid lane. It should be a free tower for them. Like, Witch Doctor's still level 5. Pugna is level 6, but Pugna level 6 is not that scary, especially the position 4-1.
Yeah, but he's still trying to take down this T1 tower. I think he's got it with the catapult. One more blast and they can at least get a T1 tower trade-off. At the same time, Nyx is looking for his own fight up against Magical. Refraction just wore off as well. He still has a new one, but here's to jump forward. Need to get a lot of damage out so the stun can connect. Templar Assassin, no refraction, has melled up. But
man, what damage. This one of the reasons why this combo is so popular. Like, once Ricky gets the Fusel Blade, if they keep fighting, this game is on HellRaisers. Like, they don't have the counter for Ricky. Yes, there's the Cripify, but you know what Ricky gonna do? Jump on Pugna. That's his job.
Get the smoke screen up. Go ham. And even then, like they can't really escape out of it if Funnick gets his initiation correct as well.
They have no save, like no real save. They have the Cripify Life Drain, but if you compare that to like Shadow Demon Disruption...
Look, welcome to your high movement speed. Hey, Strewn Razor, looking for his own battle. He's just trying to dodge out. He's managed to stall 135 points of damage, but it could blink up now from Pasha. Able just to step away to safety.
And there's a big difference what these two position 4s and 5s can do. Like Pugna and Witch Doctor, they're more like, we want to group up, play as a team. These two heroes are not good at ganking. Like, how do you start a fight? Like, Pugna gets close and the Cripify? Blah.
Yeah. Is that when, like, you look at the TA's Blink Dagger? Like, she just picked this up, has to delay up her Desolator. Maybe able to catch up a little bit more if that Blink Dagger can turn to a couple of kills, but who do you jump?
Radiant are scanning.
She does not have a clear target, and there is no real follow-up.
Pull back in, Dragon Knight. Look at HR. It's like, all right, we're out. HR have a couple of cuts. We'll accept you. Goodbye, Grimstroke. He actually had a half decent killing spree as well.
300 gold. I mean, Spree's got nerfed, which I'm a big fan of this. Roger, position 4 Shadow Demon, is doing a lot of work. Like Soul Catcher, I'm gonna say it's one of the most underrated spells because you can't see the damage dealt by it since it's not like real damage.
Oh, he's doing a good job of keeping that bottom lane pushed out. Level 4 up in Shadow Poison, now he's on level 3 up in that Soul Catcher you're talking about.
And I'm glad that Ricky picked up an earlier point in Smokescreen. Usually it's 0-4 or 1. But he wants to be able to control the Pugna and control Void Spirit Dissimilate, so he can't use like this dodging spell.
It's such a hard target for them to go on is magical. Because Refraction up, you can just blink away to safety if you can't get the damage through it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And you're not getting him out to throw a spear and catch him out unless he's just not looking the right way. Slayer begins his own TP. Roger. No, they lost vision. A little bit of contesting, but the 15-minute bounty runes will also be an even trade up. Everyone's in good positions for this. Unless they... Okay, they're going to try and contest top. Sentry's placed down, and it looks like, all right, to fight. Oh, you got to grab, but that's a Razor with a Yule Scepter. That's not what you want to grab, and he still managed to grab the bounty.
Razor is so farmed, man. And going straight into BKB, Yule Scepter ready, Dragon Knight's dead.
Cancelled the TP out, Ricky's with him, and they lock him in the tree line. SD will come in to say hi to. But Nyx is the man to find the kill, and that's his, pretty much his defusal, 70 gold short of it. There will be a trade-off, but once again, it's a support, it's Grimstroke.
Well, the important thing for NaVi is that Magical is starting to get some kills, still farming up, getting closer to that Deso. Then they're gonna group up, try to take a tower, or if they can get like a kill near the Roche and straight into Roche Pit. This Dragon Knight is not achieving much. Like, he has the same amount of farm as your offlaner almost.
I think NaVi's searching for a fight on bottom, but they're worried about the outpost. So they'll take it first. Pasha and Magical both here.
Rick is ready to fight. Now they want to put pressure. The Fusel Blade, Orb of Venom 2 Raid Bands, he dishes out like serious amount of damage. They are limited on the tower damage with their heroes, so they want to be grouping up, trying to find fights. Also, a Blank Dagger on Mars. Like, this is the perfect synchronization.
They see Slayer coming down as quickly as they can. They purge up Slayer, no way to hide at all. And the wrap around from HellRaisers, it was the long flank, and they find their target. Man, that was really cool from Nyx, jumping forward to Maposhka, so he's in range to kill off Ilias. SD and Raze are unable to catch out Void Spirit, however, back behind his tier 2 tower to safety.
I think the only way for NaVi to come back into this game is somehow they can take away the Roche from HR. Like, HR right now is just controlling the map completely. you are afraid of Ricky. He can get solo kills on both of your supports. There is still no defensive item. Pugna is building 4 staff, but it's still like 1,000 gold away. Well, Philosopher's Stone, give that to your Grimstroke. He's gonna be getting some extra items. Maybe even give it to Shadow Demon until he finishes off his Ether Lens plus a cast range. Like Shadow Demon always picks up the left one, the talent.
SD's looking to contest wards as well. It's almost a shame for HellRaisers that NaVi didn't bite into that. Looked a little too easy just to kill a support. I think Razor wants to have a crack at bottom lane. Void Spirit, I need more help to do this. The rest of HellRaisers have kind of taken over the southern part of the jungle. Observers and sentries planted from NaVi means they can just watch their ancient stack potentially be taken. But bottom, Razor, there's your little step away from Void Spirit. Being as elusive as he can, stole a lot of damage from Pasha, but the TA traps give maneuverability for Pasha to complete his TP out to safety.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Once Xani gets his BKB, like they have nothing against BKB. He doesn't care too much about the cheap damage from Death Ward or Templar Assassin. Like she does not want to link onto Razor because of the static link.
I love how he doesn't have the confidence to take the outpost though. Like we are a minute and a half away from when it's probably going to get contested. Too busy still farming. The pattern must be maintained.
Ring of Akila, what does Ricky have right now? Just a poor man's shield, give it to him. Almost 20 damage from that item.
They're prepping for Pasha. Gonna come and farm the lane. Mars has to hit this spear absolutely perfectly. And there it is. Jump forward, nails on the spear. And Void Spirit, well, there's one jump away. Has to do the second one as well, but Pasha's so low. Only one gonna get caught. A blink off cooldown, 5 seconds time. How much does Funnick want to go for this? Under the tier 1 tower and underneath an observer ward with Nyx and Mapocha coming in from the side. You bet he wants to go for this one. A perfect arena! He knew Pasha couldn't jump far enough. Both Ilias and Pasha will both go down. And now they will take the tier 1 tower as well. Someone get the outpost and then this is a perfect success.
That's how HR should play. Like their heroes are really bad at grouping up, taking a tower, but they're very good at ganking. Mars with an early blink pickup. I see Ricky going for Deso as his next item, so that's gonna be even more damage and some tower damage as well. Also opens up the Roche for them.
Mass TP's coming towards the top lane too. If they get a sentry down, then this is even better. There is one on Mapochka, but he needs to check the hillside. But they're checking across the other side. Oh, sentry on sentry. Waiting for the 20-minute bounty runes, but yeah, they don't want to fight into the Ricky. Or maybe they do. Sentry
This is the problem. They can't jump on Ricky. Like, you can't start a fight. Dragon Knight, okay, he has a Shadow Blade, but there is a Sentry Ward. It's a pretty late Shadow Blade.
They're dropping fresh sentries everywhere they can, NaVi, so they can see him. But Ricky, there's your movement forward with the smoke screen. There's no paralyzing caster flying to Crepify. Just buys a little bit of time for everyone else to back up. But you just burned Dragon Form looking for your own target. But maybe it's towards the mid where Razor, once again with a haste rune, one of his favorite ones, looking for the Void Spirit, who's kind of waiting himself out in the tree lines. But BKB, your Scepter, that's going to be a max static link duration onto a Dragon Knight. And for all his fight, he's going to have nothing to give. Down for 46 seconds too. All that stolen damage. You got a catapult with you. Maybe hit to tier 2s or just look for more kills. Void Spirit caught. Diffuser Blade. You can use that up and buy a little of extra time, but you're still slowed, you're still controlled, and you're still dead.
I don't want to be a downer, Toby, but I believe Dragon Knight dealt like 0 tower damage this game.
He got 2 hits in on the tier 1 tower on the top.
In melee form.
No, that was his first Dragon Form. His first Dragon Form did that after they got the kill on a Grimstroke. So that was the one. That was his first use of Dragon Form before that mid lane. But that's it. That's it after that.
Xani is playing extremely well this game. You can see Templar Assassin jumping onto Razor after he used the static link on Dragon Knight. Otherwise, like, she can't blink aggressively, and he is building Heaven's Halberd, one of the best items in this patch, especially against Dragon Knight and Templar Assassin. Also, he's getting closer to level 20, plus 10 extra armor, so that Deso, you don't care too much about it. Ricky, full Deso on him. This is all offensive build. Level 15, extra 30 damage.
But once again, they remove all vision of NaVi. They can't even fight into what they know. Or what they see, because they don't see anything. Funix ready to go once again. There's a jump, able to hit the silence. Actually pushing him out of the smoke screen, however, so Void Spirit will be able to get some level of escape, but another disruption. And they're ready to go once more. Another astral step.
Well,
Combining with the
sometimes
force stuff to get
it's
Pasha back.
better not to do anything. Ricky could have easily solo killed them.
DK, has he got... Oh wait, there's no extra control. No, he's
Dire's
fine.
middle tower is under attack.
Just lost 176 points of damage once again, but still fine.
It's not like he's dealing any damage, so he does not care.
Well, Pasha wants to try this. Moving forward, careful of that Soulbind to lock them together, and Funix just puts the arena
Nice
down.
disruption.
Actually locking out the team, so now Mars can back up, and they just really can't move out of this one. Pasha still wants to go for more, looking for the Shadow Demon, but he can't even get that.
Navi, they try to play aggressive. They saw Ricky TPing on the top lane. Now that
Ricky's
Ricky
now here.
comes, like, it's time to bail.
Void Spirit's dead. They tried to force-staff him out. They're trying to get away from the smoke screen, but it just doesn't happen. 3 hits from Nyx would kill off the Witch Doctor. He's denied the third one thanks to the Decrepify, but now Dragon Knight once again going to lose all of his damage to the Razor, who moves to the front line, while the rest of HellRaisers just take a second to regenerate, and now they can go for the rest of it. Razor will solo Witch Doctor and DK behind the tier 2 tower. Hasn't killed either of them just yet. They actually lost to Ricky. Pugner and TA able to work together, and Pugner's force-staff. He's got some space. They might be able to survive.
Oh, here
Chris
comes
Knight's
Dragon
back in.
Knight.
He's finally going to have some damage. Razor up towards the air. Can DK actually finish the job? No, we can't. No, we can't. It was still optimistic. But HellRaisers lose 2 heroes out of that.
Dire's
It's just they're so far ahead right now with the BKBs. They have nothing against the Razor. Dragon Knight,
Gonna
like,
try and kill the Razor. And he got him too.
He gets him.
Being out in front of the tier 2 tower was pretty optimistic to say the least. So Pasha gets 1. He's looking for a second. This is the easiest setup control you're talking about. Shadow Demon's TP out, however, just as good with disruption.
at least it's something. You know, they got the tower, but still 500 gold for Void Spirit. The problem is they can't get anything out of this. They can't go Roche, they can't take a tower. There's still tier 1 tower standing on the mid lane, and you have Templar Assassin in your team. You know things are not going well.
I need to find a happy place. Find some pixie dust. Yeah, just listen to Ricky's music. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm sure that's definitely not copyrighted at all. Because it has a little bit of variety, right? That's creative license.
I saw a gem being picked up. Yeah, Shadow Demon got it, so they don't need to care about any vision or sentries for Ricky. Also, Dust is not very effective against Ricky Mara. You need to have 2 to actually kill him. He can buy a lot of time with either Blink Strikes or Tricks of the Trade. Oh, would you look at that? A Mind Breaker for Ricky. So you don't even
What a
have to
shame.
pop a smoke screen.
What's that? Like, everything you want, you get if you're HellRaisers.
Yeah,
now
HellRaisers.
For Roshan. And you said Navi had to take this from them.
Dire are scared.
If they want to win, I don't know. I'm not sure what the plan is.
Well, they have to know something's going on. Right now, Slayer's pushing the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, and no one's coming to defend it. So this is a pretty big sign that this is going on.
Yeah, you can see how valuable Faded Roach and Razor is. He was keeping that until now. Once your 3 items start to drop something that he likes, he's gonna swap things out. But the move speed and the mana is just way too good on Razor. Bottom lane, Slayer.
We've got to get the hell out of here. Really trying to push it a little too far to get the tower, but Decrepify and TP out will work its magic. And the catapult will bring the bottom tower within denial range. Not quite certain if they want to just yet, though. But it is easy money if someone from Navi can get down there.
There's no reason not to deny it, I would say. Unless they have a glyph. Glyph ready? Okay.
Yeah, they do.
They do have a glyph.
And smoke. So if someone's going to come in, try and secure that tier 3 tower, it's like, fine, we'll gank you. Razor, hey, would you mind being our frontliner with your fresh BKB? With your BKB, your fresh halberd. They put down observer sentries, and what do they find? They find DK. Oh! White ball! White ball!
There was
Dragon
a
Knight.
1% chance to miss that one, but he...
Playing the odds, you know? They'll go mid now. Force a buyback on DK. He's dead for 40 seconds, but does have the money.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And 27 minutes into the first moment, we really breached the high ground. So TA gets the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. GSTP to come back, and it looks like now Navi's trying to do the wraparound.
Tower has fallen.
Void and Witch Doctor smoking up and wrapping
Structures are
through the north.
Dire's middle
They're
tower
really letting
is
that tier
under
3 tower drop. The Observer Ward sees a hell of a lot inside the base.
attack.
Roger with the nice positioning, hiding in the trees. No, don't leave those trees. That's a safe and happy place, but they need to address the lane issues. TA pushed out the bottom one, Titan Sliver. Yeah, you should give that to Razor now.
Never able to control him. Pasha really wants to, well, he wants to retreat. They're still underneath the Observer and Sentry. They probably realize there's some vision up there too, because they did deward the Sentry. So, yep.
And Phonic, he is building a second Heaven's Halberd. So both of your cores are not gonna be able to fight against this disarmed Templar Assassin. Has a BKB,
This coming.
but
DK
BKB is
does
not that effective. Like, you're playing into Shadow Demon, Disruption, Demonic Purge.
Man,
There's still what?
DK's net worth is almost nothing, and he's trying to go 2 initiation items through Shadowblade and Blink Dagger.
Okay.
Yep.
Not that I agree with. I mean, there's like 2 abilities that go through BKB, Static Link and Demonic Purge, but you still need to be able to stand the ground and fight.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to get like Heaven's Halberd before. I wouldn't even get a Blink here. I smacked my keyboard. I don't know if that was because I'm mad since I saw the Blink Dagger or what happened. Maybe it was just a mistake.
It's just that reflex. I'm gonna get control of that Lacoste. Ready to battle around, just north of the Roshan. I don't know if Navi really want this. TA, well away from the rest of his team. They're gonna blink away. Mars searching for his own target. He flexed the Arena of Blood for just a moment and then decided that flexing wasn't a good thing. It was way too over-masculine.
Ricky still has that Aegis for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Will finish the BKB in 30 gold. They're very synchronized with their items.
Radiant's middle tower is
Ricky
under
got
attack.
the Diffusal Blade. When Mars had a Blink Dagger, now they're just controlling the jungle with this early gem pickup.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, goodbye tier 2 tower. That is the second last remaining outer tower
Radiant's middle tower is
outside of
under
Navi's
attack.
base, but well, that doesn't stop HellRaisers anyway. We don't care about all the outside stuff. We'll jump straight to the good dessert. Tier 3 tower up on top. Slayer has finally TP'd himself in. Now, where's the rest of his team? Crystalline's walking underneath that Observer Ward. This is still not being dewarded after the push. There's a sentry on Ilias.
Radiant's middle tower
Maybe
is
worth
under
dropping that
attack.
down to have a check. That's almost good. If they get a full duration Observer Ward inside the base that's going to last through 2 pushes, we've got a problem. And Ricky's still going. A little deep. But he knows he can get away with it because he sees the rest of Navi moving to the mid lane.
Also, Templar Assassin show in the bottom lane.
There
This is
it
where
is.
she should be. Put some pressure. Try to force a rotation and then take a fight 4 versus 5. Aegis is gone in 20 seconds. Let's see if anyone wants to TP back to the bottom lane.
Dragon Tail stun, then blink away. Clean everything out. You're right. Let's see how long that tier 3 tower takes. No one wants to come back just yet and cancel TPs. All 5 still not coming. And he's lost the creep wave, but I suppose if you're not going to lose your racks, does it really hurt as much? And your Aegis the Immortal, you wanted to push with it. You didn't want to defend with it.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom
They don't
tower
have a
is
good
under
hero
attack.
to deal with this split push. No one can like solo threaten a kill on TA. They need to bring more heroes and then Navi would try and take a fight. The Dragon Knight just hiding underneath the shadows of Shadow Walk and the freshly bought Blink Dagger.
Yeah. He cleans up the way pretty quickly. And the bottom lane continues to push in. TA just doesn't care. It's like, oh, I'll farm Ancients. I'll keep farming up my Daedalus. TDP back when the time is right. And HellRaisers, all that momentum they were having is kind of slowing down a bit as they look for the big objective to break the high ground.
It's very hard with their heroes. They would want to take a fight, get a kill or two before sieging a high ground. They don't have this like Death Prophet Dragonite that just parks in front of the tower and takes it.
Tower is under attack.
Looks like SD's gonna be the one to try and deal with bottom lane. Actually, no, he's not. He's coming back up. And TA has finally returned. My God, that's a lot of mango.
1, 2, 3, 6.
Just had three of them gathered
15.
as well. Oh, meanwhile, Voice Spirit, Witch Doctor, underneath the outpost, having their own little bit of a battle. And they're not done just yet. Sentry wards are everywhere. The dust will be burnt, so DK, Shadow Blade does not protect him at all. And he silenced up, so no stuns, no breathe fire. And all of that patience of staying inside your base and letting the TA do the push. The second she TPs back, Navi comes looking for something, and they lose practically everything.
Man, Crystallize really
Dire's
trying
middle
to
barracks are under attack.
get Ice Frog to get some buffs to Dragonite, even though he does not need those. I mean, he got nerfed indirectly, like strength gain. Any strength does not give you magic resistance anymore. Soaring.
He lost his attack
Got
range.
nerfed. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay positive, you know. Dragonite being 0, 6, and 4.
Sometimes there are some problems that do not work perfectly.
Dire's top barracks are under
Sample size should be small.
This problem really worked perfectly for HR.
Dire's top
They just took 2 set of Raxes.
has fallen.
Uh-huh.
Radiant's
No, they've had enough. We've got a gem on Pugna.
A bit too late. Like you, the problem with the lineup is you're more counter-reactive. Templar Assassin wants to be able to have a hero to play with, and that's not a Witch Doctor nor Pugna. Like there's no synergy. What's Pugna gonna do? Decrepify, then you can't attack him.
Yeah. Now they need to do something now. They have the Daedalus completed over on the Templar Assassin, which means she needs to jump and murder somebody. Who wishes to be that somebody? Mars will present himself. Is that really going to be your target? There's a lot of quick damage with no disruption. It's there from the SD. He was sitting back so far, and then they push him away, and Punic can still get the ulti off, pinning DK up against the wall. That's not the way he likes it. Magical at least can get one kill, which is out in the range to try and put all that extra damage to work, but it's just Ghost Scepter after Ghost Scepter, tagging off target to target while Pugna gets finished off by the DD, Ricky, and Mars. And Templar Assassin's like, well, I'm the only one with net worth in my team. I want to get the hell out of here. But they're just chasing me down. And there's another spear as GG is called. HellRaisers, they had a very firm grip on this game.
When it's time to call it, it's time to call it. There's nothing you're gonna learn from this game anymore.